Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody who has been feeling distant from you, feeling a little bit lost. They're trying to find a way to make things work with everything involved, not just in the relationship or the connection with you, but they don't know what to do or say anymore, and they're feeling like it's too easy to remain quiet. So they're hoping that maybe you all can run away together. For some of you, this is talking about let's just go elope because that's going to be a lot easier. For some of you, this runaway card is more about maybe we can recapture some of the spark or kind of ground ourselves if we get away from the chaos and just have some time for the two of us. So this person is craving some alone time, some maybe even like vacation time with you, but for sure, one-on-one time is what they're pursuing. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day so far. Hello, Jamie. Hello, Jordan. Hello, Dragons. Hello, Renee. What's going on? If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is in the description box. It's wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. You can also find out more information about how to become a member. Thank you to the new members and the current members, all of you guys. And thank you to those of you that are using the new feature. Some of you have the hype button available to you, which will help my video in terms of the algorithm. So thank you for that too. Hello, Colleen. How are you doing? LOL, Renee. Let's see. I think we're going to start with the Poe Tarot. This person is feeling a little bit lost, a little bit dejected. There's a lot going on. Maybe it's out of their control, or maybe it's just overwhelming because it's so much that's happening at the same time, right? Oh, no worries, dragons. What else do we have? We have the Eight of Candles, which is the Eight of Wands. 1, 2, 3, and away. So this is talking about someone who wants to get out of Dodge or have a little bit of an escape, right? And we have the Chariot. As soon as the balloon quits the earth, it is subjected to the influence of many circumstances, tending to create a difference in its weight, augmenting or diminishing its ascending power. I know that I've been dealing with a lot of difficult situations at work, or I've been dealing with a lot of problems with the family. And maybe if you and I have a little bit of a weekend trip or a little getaway, I can kind of clear my head and we can reconnect. So that's what this person's after, right? I know other things will be easier for me to deal with if I can get a little bit of a breather, right? Hello, is it Jetta or Yuda? I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry. All right, one more from the Poe Tarot. Seven of Quills, which is the Seven of Swords. Misery is manifold. So there's several different departments here in this person's life that have been a bit frustrating or have them feeling a bit beleaguered. That's why they want this little escape or opportunity to run away, get out of town. Hello, is it Cole or Keely? How are you doing? Hey dude, what's up? Hello Dennis. Hey Danish, I don't talk about that. Hello Aisha. This is the Fairy Lenormand. We have the Key, which is number 33, and the Man, which is number 28. So this feels to me like someone saying, I know how to deal with what's going on, but first what I need is a break. If I can get that moment to process everything, then I know I can come back around and do justice to the obligations or responsibilities that I have. Hello, Section 31. How are you doing? Thank you. Dude, you're funny. Hello, Shahid. How are you doing? I will do personal questions at the end of the general reading if we get to $15 in tips. Boop. Oh, that's funny. Hello, Shane. How are you doing? So we have the Lily here. This is someone who needs a little bit of peace and quiet. Let's get a little bit of a breather. Let's go, I don't know, deal with the things that we need to, but also not have to address 7 different problems at once, right? For some of this, the people who resonate with this, it's we need to get away from kids, we need to get away from work, we need to get away from the responsibilities, right? Hello, Seth. How are you doing? Hello, Jared. I think either one would work out, right? Just a sense of, let me get away from all that noise. This is the Santa Muerte. We've got the High Priestess in the reverse with the 3 of Swords. So someone who feels like there's been a really difficult betrayal or sense of disappointment, something that was not predictable or was unexpected. So this could be a pretty serious loss or frustrating outcome for someone who's put in a lot of work or had a lot invested. Uh-oh. What else do we have? The Hermit in the reverse, the Tower in the reverse, and the 10 of Swords in the reverse. But I know what will soothe my sorrows. I know what will make everything better is if we could just get away or, you know, turn our phones off, have a moment, get some solitude, because this is someone who feels like they've been having to deal with too many things, never getting a moment to themselves, or never being able to really pursue the interests that they have, or, I don't know, take a nap, sleep in. Okay. I think it's adorable how you like separate things out. Hello, Vegitata, how you doing? So we have the Moon in the reverse and the King of Cups in the reverse. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy? I'm sorry, I know it's a movie reference. Is it The Shining? I can't remember. But we have somebody who's like maybe just jokingly referencing that, but saying like, seriously, I think part of the reason it's been difficult for me to actually manage everything that's going on, or maybe the reason that I've been losing my temper a little bit too easily, is because there's too much. I just need to know that somebody else is taking care of things for a little bit so I can put my feet up, right? Catch tan or play golf, go fishing, I don't know, get a pedicure, whatever, right? It's true. I'll work on that. Sorry, dragons. Hello, Patrick. How are you doing? Hello, Becca. I hope you're having a good day. We have the Knight of Wands and the Four of Wands with Temperance in the reverse. We've got someone who's concerned that things would start to impact the relationship in a negative way because they're a little bit moody. And I think this is actually really mature of them. It's like, look, I know I've been a little bit of a pill. I've been difficult to put up with because I'm so stressed out. Let's go have some fun. Let's let go of the things or step away from the responsibilities that make it easier to get into those arguments, right? I mean, Paul might eventually just get completely blocked, you know? Sometimes respect is just a foreign concept. I'm glad to hear that, Patrick. Exactly, Jamie. So we have the King of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. So let's get our things packed up and just randomly go wherever it happens to work out. So maybe it's even just a random dart on a map kind of thing, right? But in order to make sure that I can recharge those batteries. I got to get away from those expectations or obligations, even if it's only for, 48 hours. So I see somebody packing up a bag saying, let's go, let's get out of here. And I think the person that they suggest this to is like, run away? I thought you'd never ask. Let's do it. I already have a bag packed. What are you talking about? I've been waiting for this. Like, let's do this. All right, this is the Nightmare Before Christmas because it is spooky season. That's fair. That's fair. Order. Order. What else do we have? I love it when it hits the wand and makes the ding. Page of Potions, 9 of Presents. So that would be like the Page of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. However, we do also have the Empress in the reverse. So kind of a little bit of a damper on that energy. I don't know if you've got somebody in like your workplace or maybe even in your family that's just unreasonable, but it's like really difficult to get a moment to yourself, or it feels like there's never-ending requests. Maybe one of you is like a personal assistant or something along those lines, or a caregiver, but it's like, I just need to know that I'm not going to have to jump if somebody asks me to do something, and feel like anxious until I deal with that, Hello, Eliane, how are you doing? Hello, Johnny. Hello, Sachi. Dude, you're funny. We've got the 10 of Presents or the 10 of Pentacles. The 4 of Candles or 4 of Wands in the reverse. The Hermit. This is all about getting away from the home. This is all about getting away from the responsibilities. I do feel like for a lot of you, there's a family component here. Like, I just need a day off from the kids. I just need a day off from the parents, whatever. I need to get away from it. But with the Moon in the reverse, I do feel like there's someone here who has a plan to ruin whatever you might want to do, because maybe the fallback plan or like the substitute who steps in when you need to take a break is unhappy that they're going to have some responsibilities. So there's a little bit of a plot to cause some problem with your plans. Hello, Aka, how are you doing? Or AKA, hello, Thomas. Hello, Hash. I do personal questions at the end of the general reading if we reach $15 in tips. Priority to those who have donated. Angry Dragon. Wicked as in Boston. I like it. So we've got 2 of Potions or 2 of Cups in the reverse. Justice in the reverse. See, I feel like this is somebody who wants to like cancel your reservation. So if you are the person who's making the plans, do not tell people what your plans are. I'm seeing somebody who's literally like calling up like, can I cancel this reservation? Or trying to mess with your like online account or something. Trying to take your credit card so you don't have a way to like check in. So be cautious, make sure that you're not giving out information that you don't need to, or be as secretive as you can, because there's someone who really does not like that, right? You don't like that you have this ability to take the day off. They feel like you should be working. So maybe they don't want to do the work. Maybe they just like to see you suffer. I don't like them very much. This is someone who's going to express concern or, oh, are you sure that's going to work out? But it is fake concern. This is somebody who's trying to make an issue out of nothing or guilt somebody into canceling something. So they're trying to manipulate the situation, trying to get these 2 people to not take some time on their own. And it's not for a good reason. It's just because they're selfish. So, you know, hopefully whoever they're talking to can see right through that, right? You're funny, dragons. Hello, Grand Heart. How you doing today? That's funny. This is the tarot of the cat people. We have the Five of Swords in the reverse. There is some protective, like, shield around you, trying to make sure that you get this little break, or around your person if they're the one who's planning it. So I do feel like there's going to be, you know how sometimes you go travel and you're like, wow, I guess like the travel gods really hate me today because everything is getting canceled, or I forgot to put gas in the rental car before I took it back, whatever. Like all these little things keep happening, right? This is one of those that's the opposite. It's like everything is a green light. And then when you go to rent the car, they're like, hey, we didn't have the car you asked for, so we have to upgrade you. I know, so sad. Now you have a convertible, or some other awesome thing that you would want, right? I realize convertible isn't necessarily practical, but this is like, no, the universe is really happy that you're taking some time for yourself. They want to like grease the wheels for you, make it easier, make sure that you actually get that little vacation, right? Hello, Mr. Magic. What's going on? Hello, Kathleen. How are you? We've got the Knight of Wands and the Seven of Wands with the Hanged Man. So someone who's realizing maybe what I need to do, instead of telling everybody what I'm planning, I'm going to make it a secret. So I think whatever I just warned you about, somebody has already picked up. They realized if I want to make this plan work, then it's probably going to have to be a little bit of a hush-hush or like a last-minute surprise, because there's always something that ends up coming up to cause problems. So if it's a, hey, we're leaving tomorrow, then no one can really do anything about it. Or, hey, you know, we left like 30 minutes ago, but we'll be back in 36 hours. It's about timing and not giving people the notification that somebody's like, yeah, if we just wait to tell them until the right moment, then nobody can like make us force or make us like reschedule those plans, right? Hello, April Fools. How are you doing? Oh, I hope your luck gets better, hun. So we've got the Two of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, I think this is just somebody who doesn't approve of your relationship, or somebody who is jealous of your connection or the time that you get from someone. So it doesn't have to be like a romantic rival. In fact, I'm pretty settled on it being more of a family connection, somebody who feels like you always have to be there. But the truth is, everybody needs a little bit of a break now and then, right? Everybody needs a little bit of an escape, or just a day to do nothing, right? So that's what we've got here. Let's go run away and have a little bit of a vacay. So the Chariot indicates some travel, and then we've also got the Eight of Wands in the reverse. I feel like this is just all of a sudden I've made this plan. Why not just go indulge and have a good time? And this person's like, I've already got all the things figured out. I've got the reservations, but I haven't told anyone because I don't trust them to respect our plans or not try to mess with it, right? Or convince us not to go. So it's like, I didn't think I should tell anyone. So it's a surprise, but it's the good kind of surprise, because we know that there are forces at work trying to make it difficult for you to take a day off. So universe is on your side, though. They're trying to make it easier for you. Hello, Larry. How are you doing? Oh, I don't know about staying quiet, but hello, Hazel. How are you doing? Hello, May Marie. Yeah, you know, sometimes that does happen, though. Sometimes they don't update the roster. But what do you mean you removed yourself? No, I'm in charge of that. This is someone who is making sure that there is someone else to take care of the responsibilities, or they have made sure that the finances are there and they can afford to take this trip, or they can afford to take this time off. But it is a short-term, like in the near future kind of thing, because they know with the Four of Pentacles in the reverse that every other time they seem to have had struggles in actually going through with taking this time away or having that vacation. So Two of Swords is in the reverse. I've made this decision. I didn't really tell you what I was doing, but I know you'll have a good time. Make sure you have the right swimsuit or shoes or whatever you need. But we're going to go and we're not going to let anybody else know. We're going to maybe let them know after we've already hit the highway or after we're already on the plane. Oh, sorry, can't cancel it. I already left. But you'll figure it out. I'm sure you got this, right? Hello, Erkan. How you doing? Hello, James. Hello, Laura. What's happening? So as a result, I mean, it may even be like a middle of the night flight or departure, like everybody else is sleeping, and these two are like, shh, be very quiet. Let's sneak out. Nobody will be able to stop us, kind of thing. Unexpected, spontaneous plans, not wanting to let anybody infringe on those plans. And I think somebody here happens to be a pretty good trip planner and secret keeper, which is an important combination for this mission, because I do think that they end up being quite successful in sneaking somebody out of town or onto a plane, onto a boat, something along those lines. So good for you. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. I actually think I'm going to leave it there. I do have another personal reading to do. I love you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and I will see you in the next reading. Toodles.